Educated by Tara Westover and published by Random House in 2018 is an autobiography much like I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings that we discussed 2 weeks ago in Reading America. In this memoir, the author, like Angelou, documents her unconventional life. For Westover, an upbringing that is also fraught, not as a result of race, but as a result of politics and religion. Living within a fundamentalist Mormon family in rural Idaho, the narrative tells of her non-licensed midwife Reiki master herbalist mother, her anti-establishment, survivalist, potentially bipolar father, and her 6 siblings, of which Westover is the youngest. With no birth certificate, and thus no idea of her birthday, she discusses her journey, first into personhood, at the advent of the official recording of her existence late in childhood, then into an occupation, working in scrap metal salvage with her father, and then into adult life, society, independence, and formal education. Indeed, Educated is a testimonial of personal and social indoctrination described incrementally. The first step is into the natural universe, as the author describes of her Idaho home. I had been educated in the rhythms of the mountain, rhythms in which change was never fundamental, only cyclical. The same sun appeared each morning, swept over the valley and dropped behind the peak. The snows that fell in winter always melted in the spring. Our lives were a cycle, the cycle of day, the cycle of the seasons, perpetual change that, when complete, meant that nothing had changed at all. I believed my family was part of this immortal pattern, that we were in some sense eternal, but eternity belonged only to the mountain. Referred to by Westover as the Indian Princess, and more commonly known as Buck's Peak, this landscape is her touchstone, her universe, the entirety of which only punctuated with visits to her extended family, grandmother down the hill and grandmother over in town. From this family she learns to learn and develops interest not only in nature and music, but also in religion, Westover states. In retrospect, I see that this was my education, the one that would matter, the hours spent sitting at a borrowed desk, struggling to parse narrow strands of Mormon doctrine in mimicry of a brother who deserted me. The skill I was learning was a crucial one, the patience to read things I could not yet understand. The second part of her education comes in more formal means when, like her brother, Tyler, she is accepted to Brigham Young University. From there, Westover goes on to earn her doctorate from King's College, Cambridge, her world thus expanding from her mountain home to Rexburg, Idaho, and the campus community, to life abroad in England. She describes the stress felt from the pressure of having to maintain her grades in order to keep her scholarship, as well as the issues she runs into due to her alienation from the outside world as a result of a lack of formal schooling. In an interview published in Vanity Fair, the author reflects on her education and her desire to and aptitude for learning. I think it's a belief that you can learn something, that's something that I really value from the upbringing I got. My parents would say to me all the time, "You can teach yourself anything better than someone else can teach it to you," which I really think is true. I hate the word disempower because it seems kind of cliche, but I do think we take people's ability to teach and self-teach away by creating this idea that someone else has to do this for you, that you have to take a course, you have to do it in some formal way. Any curriculum that you design for yourself is going to be better, even if it's not the absolute perfect one. You will follow what you care about. Educated was selected as a Book of the Year by Amazon, The Times, The Guardian, The New York Times, The New Statesman, Vogue, The Irish Times, The Irish Examiner, and Red Magazine. Why not plunge into education and see what you think? This book is available to click and collect or as an ebook.